Hello, hello. Okay, so this is the Bloodmage, and I'm using Spark. Damage in the hideout is 1.7 mil. I've got only 7.3k life. The difference between my build and the rest of the other build is I'm rest cap, although my chaos isn't rest cap, but it's just 1%. I think it's still fine. Okay, 7.3k life, but I'm rest cap. I'm not using that veil of the something.
Yes.
I'm not sure what is that. Veil of the night or something like that. Yeah, this one. So apparently there's this 61% life for 70 div. I'm not using that, and I'm at 1.7k, 1.7 mil deeps. The only thing I'm lacking right now is actually the +3 spark level. With that, I think I'm gonna sit at around 2 point, I don't know, 2 point, maybe 3 mil. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through a map. Alright, so what I do is just, oh, this is, maybe I'll just do a normal one. Magic pack size. Okay, set revise available 2 more. Okay, this build, the downside of this build is less recovery map. It's not as optimal in less recovery maps. That's why you need instant leech. You can get instant leech from diamond. Yeah, there's this unique things right here. Heart of the Well. Alright, I'm doing 100% one pierce because it says an enemy is not all, but one pierce is good enough. Alright, how do I get 100%? I get this Heart of the Well, I get 50%. Of course you want instant leech, and then you get this notable right here where 9% pierce with a 25% increase effect. That'll give you 11% chance. So right here is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 44 plus 50 is 94% chance to pierce. What's so good about this is that it actually, because I'm using Arcane Surge, right? 50% of increase effect of Arcane Surge. At first it's actually 40. At first it's just 40%. With the 25 is 50%. And of course you need to get this one, so you get more life regen. I don't really use much mana, so I can use Zenith. So Zenith is a huge DPS boost, provided I'm at least more than 90% of my mana. So I'm casting my Unearth once in a while, but I only use like a little bit of my mana. So I'm using my mana flask, this Blood of the Warrior for that 30% recoup to be tankier. Yeah, so I'm just like, for me I'm just pressing life flask, mana flask and Unearth, and just right click. I mean, one might argue that my build is very expensive. Yes, it's really expensive, but I'm not even using that +3 spark gem yet. It's around like, I don't know. It was 1 mirror. Now it's like almost 2, or like 1,005 divines. But it's decreasing though, because you actually don't really need that. You don't really need that because you're literally almost one. You just decimate those bosses in less than 1 second. Because you're using Headhunter, so you take note on that Ghost Route mod. If you steal it, right, you don't really want to sprint, because when it teleport you to next to the monsters, I think it's a very high chance. I think almost 100% chance that you may trip, and then you just lie on the ground and get raped. Dodge roll is fine, but just don't sprint. Okay, sprinting is very dangerous with Headhunter. So that's the boss. You don't get a chance to, I don't know, just even do anything. It's dead. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so this is my skill tree, and just basically get all those crit chance, crit damage more than crit chance. Prioritize crit damage more, because with this Wrath Pith Globe, you pretty much get very high crit chance easily with this 7.3k life. I am at 93%. Okay, what you want is actually the crit damage. The thing about this build is this gore spike, right? It doesn't show here. It doesn't show here. Okay, let me show you. I think it's some visual bug, or like or probably doesn't even work. Nobody knows. Okay, so you can see that it's like 735% crit multi, right? So if I were to refund this, alright, and look, I'm still at 735%. Okay, it doesn't like change. So apparently, I don't know if this worked, but if it does, well, 7,300 divided by 50, that's another 100, almost 150. It's 146% crit multi. On top of this, 146 is 870, 880%, 880% crit multi. Yeah, and then the damage doesn't. Yeah. Okay. So next I'm using a Chaos Heart. Apparently this is like the highest percent corruption. So it's like 1008, and then you put in 6%, 6%. And then the dueling wand, I think you can just buy the base for like 20 something divines and then just self-craft this. It's pretty easy. It's the boots and then the gloves. The gloves you need to prioritize arcane search effect. Alright, it's the Kurgro's gaze. You don't want the life cost efficiency. You don't want that. You want to have more life cost actually for the Atalui's bloodletting combo. Yeah. You want to use Rakiata's Flow. If you don't have Rakiata's Flow, you can take this note right here. Heavy Frost. Alright, you can take this one. So hits it, ignore non-negative elemental resistance. But because I have this one, I can take something else. Okay. So you want to get this 2 life notes right here. There's 1 life note right here, but I'm just gonna skip this one and then go for Gem Enthusiast. I mean, you can just play around with the Megalomaniac Gem, which I think is somewhere around here. Yeah, so I get the Gem Enthusiast and Thin Ice. If I get the Barbaric Strength, I think the base price of this is already for this gem, right? For this jewel, sorry, this unique jewel. Barbaric Strength is around the base, the cheapest one. I think almost 50 divs. This one is cheaper by a bit, also quite expensive. Just play around with those and see which one is the cheapest. Yeah. So you get the Gem Enthusiast. So 5% max life, you have at least 10 red. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you're using that skill or not. You just have to put this inside and then you just assume that you have. And it says like 10 red, right? Or 10 green, whatever. So 10 green, I have 5% movement speed. But apparently it's some kind of bug. Another bug, right? So you see at least 10, right? So my movement speed, sorry. Let me put it back. So if my movement speed is 56%, if I take this out, at least 10 green support gems, right? I'm at 52. But apparently you can see that I'm actually at 11 decks. Oh, sorry, not 11 decks. 11 out of 13. I'm using 11 support gems. I'm already using 11. But it doesn't register me being at 11. This is like at least 10. Okay, I have no idea what's wrong with this game, but I know it's early access, so yeah. Alright, for the boots, you just want to have some rares and 100% increase effect, and then you volley it, and hopefully you get a third socket and you just inlay all these sockets with the movement speed, and you get like 60% movement speed. Alright, for the amulet, just get a lot of life and crit multi, cast speed, and spell damage. If you don't really want to go for the rest build, you can go for the Veil of the Night, and then you don't really need resistances, so you can, you know, just items would be a lot more cheaper. Okay, but for my case, I want to get like Chaos Res, you know, Fire, Lightning, Cold, all these res. So it'll be more hard to get all these items. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it actually. Piers done. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay.